Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to fix a Avalon Nano 3 where it shows the non-support adapter, and this can happen all of a sudden. This is the official Canon adapter. You can't see the plug off screen, but either you get this, the non-support adapter where everything still powers up but it doesn't hash, or you have no power at all. Unfortunately, both are the root cause is the same issue. It's going to be the 4R7 chips. They're these little, I think they're called SMDs on top of the board right next to the USB-C on the motherboard. And unfortunately, Canon posted an article, screenshot here, where they pretty much just say that yes, this was a manufacturing defect, and yes, these become loose over time, which causes this, or they completely fall off. So if you rattle around your Nano 3 and you haven't opened it before, you may see that chip in there. I actually experienced both issues. I have one that has a non-support adapter, and I have one over here where it just completely fell off. So I've never soldered in my life, but looking into it, I was able to find the replacement chips of, you can definitely not see that, but replacement chips for the 4R7 chip and a soldering kit, which was about $23-25 from AliExpress. But I've never soldered before, but this is broken anyway, so might as well try it. Avalon support wants too much money to repair this, and these are about $2 to $3 each. So might as well try my hand if I can get at least two working. You can pick these up on eBay broken for under $50, and if you can repair them with a $3 SMD, you can get them for much cheaper. So let's go ahead and open this up and see if I can repair this. So since I've been unable to solder this off, as a last resort, I'm going to use a heat gun to take this off. I will go ahead and cover the board in aluminum foil so that can protect the capacitors, because these capacitors are really sensitive to heat, and eventually they will pop if they have too much heat. So I'm gonna cover these in foil and try to take it off this way. Hope for the best. So the workflow is cover these in foil, cover the whole board in foil, and then add some flux on here. I have some liquid flux here, and then we're going to use some tweezers or heat it up and use some tweezers to gently pull these. So hopefully this works. If not, then
Much later.
So we got this off. It was hashing. It wasn't hashing with this on. We were able to get it off. So let's go ahead and try to solder a new one on. So I apologize for the sudden cut, but originally I had this video kind of recorded of me trying to solder the 4R7 chip onto the board, and even trying a heat gun. And I was able to get it to stick, but when I powered it on, it still gave me the same error of the non-supported adapter. So I want to try one more time, and because the problem was it wasn't making contact originally, so I took a spare electric cord, I cut it down the middle and exposed 3 wires. I cut 2 of those wires 2 inches long, which you see right here, the white and green ones, and I soldered one side to the 4R7 chip and one side to the board. And I'll show you actually, it's barely hashing. Let me see if I can get this in focus here. I know it's really hard to see with my camera, but before we couldn't even get past 2 watts, and now we're looking at 59 watts, and you can't really see, but it's about 1.6 terahashes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and close this up, and then I'll go ahead and run it for 25 minutes and see how it does. All right, so I got it in there. You can kind of see it back there, that green wire. It's not touching any board, but it's just hanging there. So we'll see if this works. All right, guys, so I want to do about a 25-minute update. So I let it warm up because all the Avalon Nanos, they take time to warm up to their full terahash. And I was kind of worried that I wasn't going to get up to the average, which my other Avalon Nano 3s on medium mode run at about 3.3 to 3.4 terahashes. And it is running at 3.36 terahashes. So that was a success. I will link in the description a link to buy the exact replica copies of the 4R7 chip. But yeah, so you can buy a broken Nano that has a non-supported adapter error or no power on eBay and potentially get a Nano for cheap, get it for under 60 bucks. I bought two for under 60 bucks and fixed this one, and so I'll go ahead and try to fix the other one as well. I try to keep this channel interesting and run experiments, that reduce our cost of buying mining hardware or other interesting methods that, just give you an advantage. And I hope to continue that. So I'll see you guys in the next one.